JYP going to do with that now? He's actually not using any more gas. He's got 200 gas banked up. And nothing yet. And he goes for 2 more Stalkers. I don't know what JYP is doing here.
It's an interesting mix of units, isn't it? And it is just straight 3 Stalker rush here from Hero. It's managed to take the shields down, do a little bit of damage to the Stalker. Shields will probably kick back in by the time these other Stalkers get there, assuming they do at all. In fact, actually, Hero is scouting for pylons here, and there is one over there. He's found the probe, so perhaps he suspects there is a pylon somewhere, but that is still like halfway across the map. It is proxy, but not by much.
And JYP does have a probe trying to get into the base. Hero can't allow it to get in, does snipe it as it does walk up the ramp, but both of these players going for similar builds here, but it looks like Hero's going to be expanding, so it's going to be 2-gate Robo into expansion, but is JYP going to be doing the same thing? And JYP has a lot more in units. He's actually built, look at the units in the unit tab, it's 2 Stalkers versus 5 Stalkers, 1 Zealot, and a Sentry here. So a lot more, you know, basically to nail this down, Hero's been a lot more greedy with his build, of course, here, going for the expansion. Where on the other hand, we see another gateway going down for JYP and the Twilight Cancel and another gateway. So we're going to be seeing some intensive Blink play very shortly here. Observer's going to find the locations where Blink can go. You know, will it be the main, will it be the natural? And it looks like JYP's going to go ahead and say, I'm going to be the aggressive play this time. And Hero is going to be the defensive player. So it's all going to come down to how well does Hero split his units? Does he not have too many or too few in his main or too few in his natural? Because if he does, JYP is going to be all over it, man. JYP is going to be blinking, he's going to be picking off Immortals, he's going to be wearing his opponent down, and could actually go for a killing blow.
Yeah, the flexibility of Blink play is incredibly dangerous, and of course, if you don't have Blink and your opponent does, things get really, really messy. Stalkers are basically worth double when Blink is available. Assuming that you don't screw the actual micromanagement up, you can keep your Stalkers alive for twice as long. It doesn't matter if it's got 1 HP, it's going to hit just as hard. The Immortals will help, certainly for Hero here, but he does only have 1 at the moment. He's working on a second one, which should be ready by the time that this hits by JYP. He's going for a timing attack to ensure that he goes in just as Blink completes, exploits the maximum window of opportunity, and JYP is outnumbering Hero quite a bit here in terms of the Stalker count.
Army supply 29, 31 versus 23. And oh my god, Hero cannot move out here. What is he doing? What is he doing? He's going to move out, but this is the worst thing in the world. Blink is done, and he could lose everything here. He has to return home, and that was a very tense moment there for any Team Liquid fans.
He wanted the Observer gone. That is as simple as that, but he couldn't do it.
He's going to jump into the main as well. He could easily jump in here and pick off the robotics facility and just leave Hero on lower tech.
No. Here he goes. The shield's going down on this. If he doesn't get this Immortal out, that could be messy. He's going for the engagement here, but he wants to take it down. Robo is gone. There are 2 Immortals. JYP, excellent little bit of sniping action there. That's going to hold Hero up quite a bit. 2 Immortals, good number, but still, he is going up against a lot of Blink Stalkers. Thankfully, Hero got 2 more gateways of his own and is starting to produce a lot of Stalkers himself.
And he lost his Observer. So he lost his Observer, and if one of these Immortals gets sniped off, and the Sentry's going to go down, so he has to be so careful. If these Immortals go, there are no higher tech for JYP.
Oh, they're both caught out of position. Those force fields. Oh, dear God. Hero gets blocked out there by his own force fields, and his Immortals get isolated. Plenty more damage being done here by JYP. JYP hasn't really lost anything, maybe 1 Stalker, and Hero's having to go up against JYP without Blink. The Zealots now moving in to buffer damage and do some of their own, but more reinforcements now streaming in for JYP. Economic advantages in Hero's favor, but Hero's going to have to fight up against it here. Great focus fire by Hero, getting as close as he can, losing another unit here and there. He can continue to warp in Zealots, however, and he's pushing JYP back.
He does push JYP back, and that's awesome. Now he's going to be able to Chrono Boost an Immortal here as well, so he manages to survive for now. I really did like the play from Hero going into the smoke there, so that JYP lost vision of a few Stalkers. Very nice move there by Hero, but he has to prolong, he has to wait until the Immortal is out. And when the Immortal is out, he gets that advantage back once again. He also has the army supply and also the economic advantage, which is managing to keep him in this game.
Yeah, it's absolutely crucial. Still no second Nexus started for JYP. Hero has not lost probes at this stage. He is continuing to warp in units. His economy is really solid. That's the income comparison. It's very, very large indeed. Hero manages to hold and is now fighting back with an army supply advantage. Still going up against it with Blink, though.
He's going to get the Observer, and then when the Observer goes, oh no, JYP blinks in at the last possible second, so we will be able to go out, but there's no more blinks available for JP into the main unless he builds another Observer, and JYP has to think about plan B, man, because Hero slams this down.
And he is out of there, and Hero is, as far as I'm concerned, pretty safe. He is continuing the pressure here, but this, honestly, is home ground turf now. Without that Observer, as you said, he can't blink up there. He is bringing, in fact, no, he's not bringing out another one, so he can't get in. Now his mission is to try and do damage to the economy of Hero. Can he do it? Good force field actually placed down, I assume that was by JYP, and indeed I think it was. If it was by Hero, then that was a bit of a blunder there because half his army can't get in. JYP does some good damage and backs off there, and Hero is still able to throw that back. Still no economic damage done, and once again, another wave of units comes in. Hero can support this, but he's still going up against Blink Stalkers, and is taking a lot of losses.
Yeah, Hero moved out there expecting JYP to fall back on an expansion, but seeing the more Zealots being warped in, he knows that the expansion still hasn't come down, so Hero just has to sit tight. JYP's going for the kill. If he tries to expand behind this, Hero will be at such a good advantage, and Hero, once again, is able to look in a fantastic position.
Yep, he's gunning down those Zealots quite nicely. Another force field placed down right there. Guardian shield is up, but now down. Hero needs to get a good arc of fire here. He's in an awkward spot. Nice use of the Stalker there to allow him to blink his entire force up into the main, but now it's kind of trapped, and Hero's going to fight that. Two Immortals blocked out once again with that force field, and JYP still playing incredibly well there.
Yeah, and now he does decide to take that expansion. I suppose Hero will poke out one more time and be like, all right, he's gone, he's expanding.
This is the time where Hero goes in and just kills JYP, honestly.
Yeah, he has a couple of options. He can sit back, wait for Blink, build Colossus, then go, or he could go now, realizing that Blink's going to be done near about the time that he goes. And even if it isn't, Immortals are going to be able to do damage. But smartly, JYP is forcing Hero to come back. JYP does not want to take a fight on his natural. He knows it will be game-ending, so he does this humongous counterattack down here and actually picks off an Immortal.
Ooh, very nicely done. Even keeps all of his Stalkers alive in the process. I'm liking that move an awful lot. JYP gets into the main, just pounces on top of those Stalkers, forcing Hero to back off. But Hero refuses to take everything. He wants to go and do some damage. He picks a pylon off here as well. JYP with guerrilla tactics at the moment to try and slow Hero down.
But it is not going to happen, my friend. We do have Hero with those 4 Stalkers scouting the expansion. He knows exactly what's going on. And with Blink finishing up now, you know, Hero can just continue to chrono boost into gateways, throw down more gateways. He's going to have Immortal advantage and the Blink. And Hero getting caught off guard by a few Stalkers here, but it really doesn't matter. Let's have a look at the army supply. It's currently 26 for JYP, 43 for Hero. As Hero now chasing down that win, chasing the draw in this series, as he wants to go to that game 3.
Yeah, JYP's control is just stellar. It really is. Incredible micro from him. He keeps so many low-health Stalkers alive, not even necessarily with Blink, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. Hero can easily overwhelm him economically here. Hero's throwing down 2 more gateways and a Warp Prism into the mix as well. He still has an Observer, which means he can now return the favor if he wants, but with the amount of Zealots and Immortals, I think he's just going to go straight up hammer blow to that expansion, and if JYP holds this, it will be very impressive indeed.
It would be, because it's pretty much impossible at this point, but he's going to try his hardest. Both of them have Blink, Warp Prism coming as well, and Hero is just sitting there. He's like, come on, come and get it. And now the Nexus is going to go down, and JYP's economic situation is getting pretty bad here now as well.
It is dire. And Immortal picked off there by JYP. A brave defense once again, showing exceptional, superb control. Force field placed down just to try and delay those Immortals and Zealots, but doesn't matter. Hero has the numbers advantage. Micro doesn't even come into it at this point, and of course Hero's no slouch in that regard either. Focusing down the Immortal, and shields are now broken. Hero continuing to force his way in, and there's the GG.